Hey guys, what's up? It's Dusty here, back with another crypto video, and today we're going to be talking about a lot of cool cryptocurrency, but also guys, we're going to be giving away $100 worth of crypto, and all that you have to do to enter this giveaway is press the like button on this video right now, comment something down below right now, and make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. It is that simple. And then if we hit 250 likes within 24 hours on this video, we're giving that money away in the next video. So make sure you guys go ahead and do all of that right now. And also don't forget to join my Facebook group called Crypto Traders Dusty. The calm before the storm. Bitcoin is ready for its next big move very soon. And guys, if you actually have no idea how to trade cryptocurrency, I recommend to go ahead and join the Discord chat and again to join the Facebook group. I'm going to be sharing a lot of cool tips in these places. I'm just building up all of it right now, just making more, and then at one point I'm going to be releasing a lot of cool stuff to you guys, hopefully for free, but make sure you check out those two cool places just for some trading tips and some trading coolies. Over the past 3 days, and since our previous price analysis, we had seen Bitcoin almost steady, waving between $10,200 and $10,400. A triple-day turnover of only about $200, which is roughly 2%, which is rare in the recent Bitcoin history. Looking at the BBs marked with blue on the following 4-hour chart, they are at their closest level since September 1st. And when this kind of setting takes place, it indicates that a sharp price move is likely going to be coming up. In the last time the band shrunk that way, it turned out to be the surge from 9,400 to 10,700 in just over a day. Is Bitcoin planning another bullish surprise? Well, I'm gonna bet on it, guys. I'm actually gonna be betting that BTC is gonna get another run up right now. I'm betting on it, right? If it's not gonna happen, hey, too bad. But I'm gonna be trading this one. So if you guys wanted to know, there you go. More than that, looking on the volume metrics from the top crypto exchanges, we can see that the daily volume candles are decreasing over time, and this also indicates a coming up sharp move. Looking at the RSI on the following daily chart, we can see that it is right upon reaching a midterm ascending trendline support. Either way, this is another decision point getting ready for a price move on top of the 50 indecisive area. A new week is starting today, perfect for the heavy traders to get back to work. Total market cap 270 billion, Bitcoin market cap 185, BTC dominance about 70%. Here's some key levels to watch. And again, I'm talking about Bitcoin right now, even though we're going to be talking about some other cryptocurrency as well, because Bitcoin is most of the time really the primary focus to have in the cryptocurrency space, as it's really what sets the tone, right? If BTC goes up or BTC goes down, the rest of the market is going to follow. And that is actually kind of indicated by this dominance index here, which is 70%. So 70% of the market is Bitcoin. So of course, it's pretty logical that you're going to have to compare it or correlate it to BTC. Key levels to watch. Support and resistance. Continue to the stated above, Bitcoin is still in the supply-demand confluence area of about 10,200 to 10,400, and actually I would place it 10,150 to about 10,350. I would put it at that range, but alright. This area also contains the two major moving average lines, the 50-day and the 100-day. Looking at the 4-hour chart, we can see the triangle forming, resistance at 10,400 and support at 10,200, and this also tells about the tightening boundaries of where the price is currently trading at. Now, one thing you should take notice of is that for the price to just go briefly below 10,200 does not actually mean that the support is fully useless or can be rendered as, not a good support. It could be considered as a not so strong support, but it could also be just a tiny move below, right? It could also be that on some of the minor exchanges it got below there, but on the contrary, it could also be that we really really messed up. We're gonna see it at the end of the day, guys. It's always a little bit difficult to really see completely what is going on right there. In the case of a bullish breakout of the above mentioned moving average lines, 10,480, we can expect the next immediate target to be about 10,600, and further above is 10,800 and 11,000. The last is the last high from the daily chart, and if Bitcoin plants on the bullish side, 11,000 might become support rather than resistance. From the bearish side, a breakdown of 10,200 will send Bitcoin to retest $10,000 again, and further below is 9,880 and $9,600 before the significant support trend line at 9,400. Another thing to watch for is a bearish cross of the 50-day MA purple on the daily chart below, and the 50 MA below the 100-day MA, and the two lines almost correspond. However, they are very close to each other, and the next days will decide whether a crossover will take place or if it will not. And here are these two charts. The 4-hour chart is placed here, and the 1-day chart is placed here. The signs are pretty obvious, guys. They're pretty obvious, but hey, let's move forward. Satoshi Nakamoto, again, the robotic, AI, I think, version. Tim Draper now says his $250,000 Bitcoin price forecast is conservative. Actually, Satoshi Nakamoto, I think it's like here, a robot colleague, Satoshi Nakamoto, writes about Bitcoin every day. It's just a guy. I think he named himself Satoshi Nakamoto. I don't completely understand the whole sense behind that, but all right. Another day, another update. And if we scroll down a little bit, what I found cool was they said in the title here, Tim Draper now says his 250K BTC price prediction was already quite conservative. If we scroll down below, Bitcoin's path towards $1 million. On November 29th, 2017, John McAfee predicted that Bitcoin would reach $1 million by the end of 2020. He even promised to eat his own dick if it doesn't. Unfortunately for him, it's 89.8% behind being on track. Bitcoin's price should have been $101,000 by now, according to the info website. And again, it's really quite sad for him, as he's gonna have to eat it. But I don't know if he will. I don't know how he's gonna hold up to all of this. Again, there's a lot of really interesting facts in here, which is I think why they called him Satoshi Nakamoto, why they called this person that, because there's a lot of cool facts, really interesting stuff, which you don't really find on a lot of other websites. Kind of the trivial type of stuff, like Bitcoin energy consumption, Bitcoin on Twitter, how many tweets came out, how that compares to the rest. And here's also most popular posts about Bitcoin, which is something that I am quite interested in. This was yesterday's most engaged tweet about Bitcoin by Bitcoinist.com. Billionaire venture capitalist Tim Draper says his Bitcoin price forecast of $250,000 by 2022 understates the power of Bitcoin. And he actually kind of explains how this is still quite a conservative guess. And that is basically it, all right? A lot of people are predicting some really high prices for Bitcoin. And in turn, how I always view the rest of the crypto market is in comparison to what Bitcoin is going to do times 1.5 or something like that. So, for example, if you say Bitcoin is going to go to 250,000, Bitcoin already has like a 9 times bigger market cap than Ethereum. If you just put into perspective here, if Bitcoin is going to go to 250,000, this times 25, Ethereum could easily do times, let's say, 40, all right? Even in market cap comparison, it would still be just a small portion of Bitcoin's market cap, but this dominance at one point in an alt season has got to fall down, right? And that's what we're going to be seeing that. The top 3 price predictions for Bitcoin, Ripple, and Ethereum, altcoins preseason knocks on the door. Ethereum presents its candidacy to lead a positive turn in markets after magnificent behavior. Bitcoin resists over $10,000 but loses pace against Ethereum, and XRP ignores the moment and dissociates itself from the altcoin segment, should it be considered as such. Now, to briefly mention what they say about the situation here. For XRP, what I've noticed that people have been saying is that it's not really moving with all the altcoins. It's kind of going their own way, their own pace, and all of that. And some people claim it is due to Ripple. Some people claim it's due to the constant dumping. Some people claim it's due to the constant giving out of money. So like the dumping itself by selling coins, the giving out coins to random parties and yada yada so forward. But if you think about it, Stellar is also giving away a ton of money in these airdrops and other things, and they're still following the market as much as some of these other coins are. Like, it's not that strange, I would say, right? That's basically what my point is here. It's not that strange for XP to not move exactly how the market is going. And if you compare it to Bitcoin Cash or Litecoin here, and you look at these charts on a week or monthly basis or even quarterly basis, even with Ethereum next to it, they all look quite the same, all right? Only the smaller upsides for XRP are pretty obvious, but in general, I would say it's not even doing that crazy, and I don't think we should worry too much about that. Also about the dumping situation, I don't worry too much about it. I think like if you're really against it, you should not be holding this coin because it's gonna keep happening and there's literally no way to stop it. Massive Bitcoin price move brewing. Analysts say bull thesis intact. Bitcoin in clear price lull. The cryptocurrency market is known for its volatility. over its 10-year history, the Bitcoin price has been subject to massive moves that change on which order of magnitude BTC is trading at. However, just like other assets, the cryptocurrency is subject to lulls, L-U-L-L-S. And what would you know? Bitcoin is one of the lulls right now, is in one of them, marked by decreasing volumes, few price spikes or drops, and overall sentiment of indirectional trading forums and on Twitter. As reported by Ethereum World News, as a result of this lull, the analyzing Bitcoin's price chart have come to the conclusion that cryptocurrency is currently trading in a triangle pattern, which are often seen in the markets that are consolidating and deciding in which direction to head next. Just read the definition of a triangle from Investopedia. It says, a triangle is a chart pattern depicted by drawing trend lines along a converging price range that connotes a pause in the prevailing trend. And yes, it could be coming, guys. There's a little bit of a bigger story behind the whole situation, but basically it's what we already read in one of the articles before. And according to Jonas, this pause in the cryptocurrency market's non-stop action has materialized in a massive decrease in Bitcoin's historical volatility index from BitMEX. Not just a triangle, in fact, as the analyst pointed out in the tweet below, Bitcoin's volatility has entered the range under 1.5, where massive moves in price are born. Also, Jonas notes that the metric is a descending wedge, which is a chart pattern that often results in statistic/asset surging to the upside in a strong fashion, hinting at an impending price breakout. Per this outlet's analysis of the same volatility metric, Bitcoin's volatility is at the point not seen since 2 weeks prior to the fateful day in April when Bitcoin saw a 20% explosion from $4,000 to $5,000, and the metric also shows a low as it was just days before Bitcoin plunged from $6,000 to $3,000 in 2018 November. To put it in short and sweet, a gargantuan Bitcoin price move is in the works. The question, of course, is in which direction will we go? Per the recent poll of 4,000 traders on Twitter, just around 60% believe that Bitcoin will break above its triangle, set to come to the apex within the next 3 weeks. XRP fork unlikely to succeed. Ripple continues to face angry investors. I'm personally not angry with this at all. I've seen a lot of people say stop dumping. I've seen a lot of people sign the signatures in the change.org or whatever the website is called. And I still think it's kind of ridiculous. Again, if we put it into perspective, XRP is not that much without Ripple. So for Ripple to do stuff with their XRP, in the end, it's always a good thing. All right, you might think like, oh, but they're, because I've thought that way as well, guys. I've thought that way. You might be like, oh, Ripple's got so many XRP coins. They can just sell them off whenever they want to and become rich themselves. They're doing that already. They're selling their coins and they're investing in companies to get a share and yada, yada, yada. But in the end, most of the things they invest in are beneficial to XRP and in turn are also beneficial to our price of the coin. So it's just how you see it, right? They're selling off coins, which lowers the price, and they're buying into things, which is up in the price. And in turn, I think, it kind of evens out in a positive sense. So it just ends up a little bit above where we were at from the start, from all the selling. I just think that bringing this all to light and making such a big issue about this is doing more bad than good. If nobody ever came up with the FUD of stop Ripple dumping, I think the price would have actually done a little bit better, as there are most likely a couple of hundred or a couple of thousand people who are really against XRP right now or are really uncertain of their investment. And again, we can't sell since they're doubtful. It in turn leads to a lower price of XRP. But again, I don't think this fork is going to succeed. I don't think this fork should go through. If they do go through, we will understand that the new coin, this XRP1 or Ripple1, I think is what it's called, will have no utility whatsoever. I mean, you cannot use it for anything special. Banks are never going to be using it. So in the end, you just have another coin that does nothing. Vorbs. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple's XRP, and Litecoin could be heading into their biggest week ever. While we already noted a couple of reasons why Bitcoin could be doing some crazy stuff right now, but Bakkt, which began allow clients to deposit Bitcoin in its warehouse at the beginning of this month, will launch its so-called physical Bitcoin future contracts on September 23rd. Some people say this is going to be something very, very huge, and some analysts and traders are expecting these physical Bitcoin futures, which are contracts that pay out in the underlying cryptocurrency rather than in cash, to allow for an unprecedented Bitcoin and cryptocurrency growth. Again, we have covered in detail, in great detail, why this is all so and why I'm thinking that as well. And heading into this big week for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple's XRP, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin, technical Bitcoin price data suggests a surge could be on the horizon. Well, guys, we're going to be keeping our eyes open. Again, here's a little bit of a talking about the 250K price prediction by 2022 being conservative and him placing it out there. XRP price will soon break 27 cents resistance, but can it escape the massive downtrend? These articles like this, I often get confused about, because what are they basing their analysis on? Not too much. In this case, the article actually kind of builds up with charts and here with perpetual futures contracts. But this is mostly if you're, kind of a 50-50 trader, how I like to view it. You're on BitMEX just like kind of guessing what's going to happen and, believe in some vague theories, as we don't really know still if it's going to surge up on its own sooner, what's going to happen to the individual coin. One thing that is cool is that here they talked about it breaking 27 cents in this article from 2 days ago. It did break 27 cents. Another thing that's cool is that they asked if it can escape the massive downtrend, and XRP is now plus 4% on the daily. And if you look at the weekly chart here, it's actually doing good as well. So from that perspective, yeah, they were kind of right, and I'm pretty positive about that. From another perspective, yeah, I mean, you have a 50% chance of being right. If you say we're going to go down hard or we're going to go up hard, one of the two is going to be right. Right? It could be that it's plus 0.5%, and you might be like, oh, that's not up hard or whatever. But some other person will say oh, 0.5% in the positive direction is huge, amazing prediction, guys, and so on and so forth. So it's hard to see which analyses are really true and which analysis are really built up nicely. This article, though, is a little bit nicer than most of them are. Guys, I recommend you all to check out the websites I have for you in the description below. Like, for instance, the hardware wallet that I personally use, I have a link in the description below for where I bought that and why I use it. It's actually because it keeps your coins safe, and you never have to be worried about getting hacked. And I know you might not understand the severity yet, but a lot of people get their exchange account hacked, and you lost all your money. Also, guys, make sure you check out the Facebook group. A link for that is in the description below. There's also a link to some free Bitcoin. There's also a link to where you can get some free interest on your XRP. And there's some other cool links on there which you should all check out. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, TheDustyBC, and make sure you go ahead and enter the giveaway by liking, commenting, and, of course, being subscribed to this channel. Make sure you check out my second channel called Dusty Finance, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody, and have a nice day.